all you kobolds. It is a Sunday afternoon here on the East Coast. If you're joining us from across the pond, or maybe you're joining us from the West Coast here in the States, I'm so excited to see you. I see a bunch of you in chat. Things are going well, I think. I'm in the what we call Gen Con panic mode, since I leave on Tuesday for Gen Con, along with Kobold Press. We will all be there. You can drop by our booth, 1537. We'll get you what you are looking for. Yeah. So yeah, today's a very special day. We've got a lot of streaming going on. Yeah, like a lot of streaming. So we're going to be doing, heading to the big show to do, what's that song from the opening of Kiss Me Kate? Another opening, another show in Philly, Austin, or I don't know why they call it Baltimore, because that's not the name of the city. Anyways, there's a little musical tune for your Sunday afternoon. But we're going to be doing an unboxing today, as I'm sure you all saw, of the Deep Magic spell cards, and that's going to be followed by a little bit more playthrough of Warriors of Waterdeep before we hop into our into the Southlands game this afternoon at 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific. So first off, let's welcome in Scry Society. I see you there. Yeah, so we're going to dive right in because, y'all, this Deep Magic spell card box has like 1,200 cards in it. That's not Dot making that up. That's for reals, for real. So I bring that to our attention because holy freaking moly. There's a lot of cards. It is such an impressive set, I feel like. Now, if you're new to what Deep Magic is a book that we put out I think a year or maybe 2 years ago, that includes a slew of new spells for 5th edition. Some related to Midgard, some related to just general 5e games, but it expands the spell selection for you and your table, which is very exciting. But we heard your cries of woe that was like, man, it sure would be nice if I had physical cards to give my players. Now, that, of course, was before the great lost year of 2020, but we're excited to announce we still did it. And now, as you begin to come back to your tables with your players, we have, we have physical cards that you can hand them. And I know as a player, having physical cards is really, really, really nice. So we're going to take a look today and see what we can't figure out. Whoa. I want to very quickly. Yeah, it doesn't weigh 50 pounds. I would say it probably weighs a solid 7 or 8 pounds, which doesn't seem like a lot, but y'all, it is so much easier than going through, like you said, 50 books there. It's so nice to be able to hand those cards over, and each of the decks, and I'll go through this here in just a second, are in fact managed by, organized, I should say, by class, which is really nice. So if you have a Paladin, here are Paladin cards. If you have a Druid, here are Druid cards. And that is like so handy dandy. That's all I can say to that. It's very, very, very handy dandy. I'm going to bring my brightness up just a smidge here. Okay. So that we can see Dot better. And then I'm going to go ahead. Actually, before I do, because the other camera I've got to show you the cards is not big enough to show you the box that it all comes in. So back here on my shelf, I have the Deep Magic spell card box. Look at this beauty. Right? Like, come on. Just the art alone on the box is like, and this tucks, I don't have it tucked, but this tucks so that this can like go in a backpack or a suitcase or wherever you're traveling to. Ooh, shiny. Deep Magic spell card box. Yeah, I love it. I love that it's got the class insignias here. I don't know if y'all can see that. Try to get it out of the light. You can see the power of the cosmos in the palm of your hand. Really, really just sweet packaging, like all around. It just looks so good. So like I said, it is actually too big for me to put on the table that I'll be using. Oh, you thought they were infinity stones. Close. But I believe they're actually the symbols or the insignias for the classes, or the classes. Okay, so I popped this baby open. You can see that each box is labeled by both color and class. So there's like no question there. Really, really nice. And these, even though they're tarot card sized, I'll take the big one out, they're actually playing card size. So there's like two reams of cards, if you would, inside of the box. But I say let's start taking a look so that you can really see like what's going on here. I think I have to leave that open so I can get to them. All right, so let's take a look at our Deep Magic spell cards here. How do I want to do this, y'all? There we go. So, here's what one of the boxes looks like. Right? Slide it open. You can see how the box is kind of organized. See if I can get it. Let's see if I can get it all in frame. I bet I can. Look at me go. It's all backwards and mirrored for me, so I'm like, my brain's working backwards here. So there are 2 arcane set decks, 0 through 3, and then I believe 4 through 8? 4 through 9, excuse me, 4 through 9, of the basic arcane spell cards. And then I believe you've got, what have we got here? Bard, Druid, Cleric, oh no, Paladin, and Ranger, of course, to cover all your bases. So for your arcane users, your wizards, all of that right here. Now, I know this doesn't look like a lot of cards, but oh boy, do I have a surprise for you. Okay. Now, what's really nice is I've taken all the plastic already off the packaging, but it has a nice little like organizer. See it in the middle? So I'm actually going to take these cards out and put my little organizer back so I don't lose it. This helps keep the cards structured in the box, right? So I'm just going to slip that back in, set that off to the side. So let's take a look here. Like, what do these cards actually look like? So on the back of the deck, right, it'll tell you the level of the spell. So actually, if I do it this way, I'm upside down. There we go. It'll tell you the level of the spell. And again, they're color-coded, which I think is really, really nice. But they also have the symbols on them for those that at your table that may be colorblind or have issues with color. But you can see like 2nd level, 3rd level, so forth and so on. Y'all, look at that. That is half of just this one box of spell cards. Here, let me fan that out for you. Right? That's a lot of cards, and this is one of 7 boxes. 7 boxes of cards. Yeah, it's a lot of cards. You can see here's another, like, this is just the other set of just arcane spells. Just arcane spells 1 through 3. That is all that is. I'm going to put this one half away, because I'm going to end up spilling them. We all know that Dot is a klutz. Okay. I'm going to just random pull. One of the things that's cool is it tells you, again, on the bottom, if you have questions. I don't know if you can see it. Here, let me slide this guy out. He looks good. Pick a card. Any card. Well, I say that. I can't get my hands on them. They all slippery and new. Okay. So it'll say, in case you have questions, or maybe you're a new GM or your table is like new to this, Arcane Sorcerer Wizard. So you would know that these are for your sorcerers and your wizards. You've got, again, level. And this one says targeting foreknowledge. Hey, that's cool. Twisting the knife, slapping with the butt of spear, slashing out again as you recover from a lunge, and countless other double strike maneuvers are skillful ways to get more from your weapon. By casting this spell as a bonus action after making a successful melee attack, you deal an extra 2d6 damage of the weapon's type to that target. So it is a bonus action spell. That's actually a really great divination spell. Very handy for buffing in the moment. Very handy. All right, let's scoop these up. Put them back in the box. Very, very, what I call easy packaging. Though I think my tiny hands don't like how tall these decks are. Okay. For those of you out there that did not get your hands on Deep Magic, the box set is coming to stores if it's not already there. Shipping's like a crazy thing right now, right? So we got to be real with that. But I want to show you, I can't get the whole box on the screen, but I can get part of the box on the screen. It's so big. You can see how they're, again, packaged. Not going to play 50. So you say that, but I had a really bad idea. I had this idea where I thought, well, maybe I might do a 52 card Make It Rain pickup, since, you know, instead of 52 cards, it's like 1,200 cards. Oh, yes. I may have to make it rain before it's over with. I think it would be almost fun, but that's going to have to be a post-Gen Con activity. If you're out there in chat and you're headed over to Gen Con, like I said, we'll be there. We would be so pleased to see you and to share a little time at our booth with you. We'll be giving away a limited amount of Swobold miniatures. You can drop by the booth and get one totally for free. You just gotta kind of show up and come say hey to us, and first come, first serve for them. So I have to say the Bard art is probably my favorite for Deep Magic. I just think this here elf is like what my mama would call hot to trot. She hot to trot. And I absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Why are you the way you are? Why are you the way that you are? There we go. I'm going to try to bring the brightness up on this just a tad. And I'm also going to bring... There we go. That looks like maybe you can see a little better. While your OCD will twitch, you could always look away. I thought I'd do a slow-mo, like, make it rain. We'll see. The cleanup for that will be its own very tragic thing for Dot, but all right, another set. This is our Bard set. Love this like raspberry pink color. Such a good choice. Not like a ripe red, but like I dig it a lot. All right, so you can see another 2 stack, how they stack side by side, because these are all of your Bard spells. This half I believe is like 1. So, I love it. 0 cantrips. First, there's some second level in here. And then in addition, I believe it goes all the way up. Let's find out. Let's find out. Oh, yeah. So, here's our 9th level spells. Right? 3 to 5 to... I'm sure there are like 7, 6, 7, 8. They're all in there, all accounted for. That's a good question. You have to understand, I've actually broken this open once before and pulled all the packaging off and did a quick time lapse of spreading all of the cards. So mine might be a little out of order, but I'm going to look here and see if I can't answer that question for you, because I'm pretty sure. So they are by level, I'll tell you that. And I imagine... Let me pick a chunk. So, let's see. That's a 2nd level spell. It looks like maybe they're in alphabetical order coming out of the box by... That's what it's looking like to me. Because once I get to... Is that 2nd level? 3rd level? Yeah, exactly. So you can see I catch the end of the 2nd level spells here with Time Step and Timely Distraction. Right? Oh, don't get them out of order. Do them this way. Right? And then another 2nd level spell, another 2nd level spell, and then it starts over with A, because this is now a 3rd level spell. So it looks like they are organized both by level and then within the magic the spell level is the additional piece of alphabetized to help you out, which is really nice. Really, really nice. Very sturdy, I'll tell you that too. Like, they're not thin cards by any sense of the term. Nicely weighted. And they have like a, they're not, I would not call them a paper finish. They feel like a really good deck of cards, where, you know, if you spill something on them right away, they may not ruin them. They're definitely the perfect size, for those players that are highly organized. I love this. Those players that are highly organized, we've all been with them, that buy the plastic card sleeves, to like slide their stuff in. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna slot that one. We're gonna do one more. Just taking a look here. Let's do. I'm gonna do. What did I pull? Druid. It's meant to be. Y'all know how much I love my druids. Druid, druid, druid. All right. Gotta love that druid art too. Look at this swanky bearkin. Love it. One of the so first off, y'all know I always say how much I love Kobold press art, but do you know what I love the most about this image? How gingerly this giant bearkin is like cradling this skull. It's just like such a gentle, like, oh, and I love it. I freaking love it. So I thought for this one maybe I'd do a spread. Right, so you can see we go from 0, cantrips, 1, 2, so forth and so on. If I was really mean, I'd shuffle these cards right now. And all of you out there with OCD will be like, oh, Dot, Gaspies, why are you such a monster? Don't you dare. I'm such a chaos monster. The want in me is it's big. It's really big. Let's pull a random card. Now that I got them like sprawled out, let's pull one. Let's pull this one. Hone Blade. It's gonna go right back there. Hone Blade. You magically sharpen the edge of any bladed weapon or object you are touching. The target weapon gets a +1 bonus to damage on its next successful hit. That's really nice. This is what, a first level? Yeah, a little first level spell. Touch, instantaneous, casting time, a single action. I think sometimes druids get the crap end of the stick when it comes to spells, because it's like, well, everything's got to be nature. And it's like, well, sometimes, you know, druids can be a really great buffer class. And a spell like this Hone Blade, really, I think really makes that point. Pick a better one. Okay. I will. This is where I shuffle them. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't dare. Yeah, druid spells always just weren't quite up to par. Ooh, Wolf Song. Wolf Song. You emit a howl that can be heard clearly from 300 feet away outdoors. The howl can convey a message of up to 9 words, which can be understood by all dogs and wolves in that area, as well as, if you choose, one specific creature of any kind that you name when casting that spell. If you cast a spell indoors and above ground, the howl can be heard out to about 200 feet from you. If you cast a spell underground, the howl can be heard from roughly 100 feet away. A creature that understands the message is not compelled to act in any particular way, though the nature of the message might suggest or even dictate such a course of action. I have to say, the design of these cards is also very nice, like the actual layout of them. Yeah, me too. I think that's a really creative one. As a druid, like speaking to animals, but you don't have to cast speak to animals. It's just like a, you know, it's like a call to the wild, if you would, which I really dig. The layout's really, really handy, right? It's got your basic information at the top, right? Casting time, the range, the duration of it, and the components that are like involved in the spell. But down here at the bottom, it has the extra section for if you want to cast it at a higher level, which I think is really just nice organization of the card. See if I can get that. Can I get it close up? Boom. There's a lot of really like nifty, quaint things about this too. Like I want to point out, let's see if I can do it. Get it close enough to the camera. Up here, see it's got like the little leaves and vines and such. Under Wolfsong, love that. So super cute, wonderful design. Once again, Kobold Press out there killing it. All right, I kept them in alphabetical order, everybody. I didn't go Chaos Monster, not yet. Maybe if you stick around to the end, I'll make it rain. And this is when everybody leaves chat. Yeah, very nice indeed. So we've got a few boxes. Let's see. The next, I think the biggest box is the Arcane Magic level 0 through 3. But the Cleric has one of the second largest like box sets of any of the classes, which again, I think sometimes Clerics don't get a whole lot of really cool stuff. So let's see what's in this box. Love that vibrant red. Love it, or is it orange? It's like, it's what I call fire engine red. It's like somewhere between, yes, I think the green one is the Rangers. Yes, correct. But I adore this like deep candy apple red color that they chose. That's a great question. So I believe you can buy each of the boxes individually. I don't actually, you know what? That's a really good question. Let me look that up for you because I know they're going to stores and they're going to be sold in the box set, but I know you can buy them individually as well. And I want to make sure I don't tell you the incorrect information in regards to price about them. If you back the Kickstarter, you should be receiving those cards or have received them already. Let's see what the website says because big deal. Big deal. It doesn't look like at the moment Deep Magic spell cards will be on sale on our website. The Kickstarter, I believe it was $100 for the box set, but that actually may be incorrect on my part. Y'all, it's been so long since these. We just went through one Kickstarter. Let's see. That didn't work. Why didn't it work? Find what I want when I want it. Google. Here we go. Okay, so you can go to the Kickstarter page. I'll drop that here for you. Pretty sure I put a Deep Magic key in here. You can go to the Deep Magic page. Nope. Y'all, like I said, it's been too many months. We've already been through another. There we go. Deep Magic spell cards. There's a link to the Kickstarter. You can go over. The Kickstarter is, of course, closed, but we are in the middle of pre-orders. Pre-orders can be done today. We're going through Pledge Manager. It might be that those are already closed because we've been in pre-order for a while. But it looks like... It looks like the Paladin spell deck, which is no small one. Just went through that one, didn't we? Bard. No, the Paladin one is this one. Paladin box. It's the thinnest of all of them. This one runs about $10. At least it did on the Kickstarter. And then I think from there you can move up. The Paladin spell deck has 66 cards in it. The Ranger spell deck. Ranger spell deck. Oop, that's upside down. The Ranger spell deck has 118 cards in it. This one runs about $15 or did on the Kickstarter. So you can kind of make a rough estimation of what it might run in store. The Bard spell deck that we just went through, which you saw was like a very dense little box. This box is about 20, and this has 191 cards in it. The Druid spell deck, which we just also went through, that was the brown deck of cards. This one has 218 cards in it. All right. And that one also runs about $20. The Cleric spell deck, which we just broke out. So that's the one we're currently looking at open. This one is the second largest deck in the box, and it has 277 cards in it. I repeat, 277 cards in a single deck. I'm going to span these out so we can like see them nice and pretty. Yeah, just a few. No big deal. Just a few Paladin spells, or just a few Cleric spells. That one runs 25. The Arcane deck, 4 through 9, which is roughly the same size in terms of, like I said, the second largest box in the deck. The Arcane 4 through 9, which is a separate one, runs 25 as well. And that one has 259 cards in it. So just under 20 short of what the Cleric spell deck had. And then you've got the largest deck in the box, which is the Arcane Magic 0 through 3. That one runs $29 or right at $30. 385 cards. Now, it looks like the Kickstarter, we were selling the 2 Arcane decks together, right? So you could get 0 through 3 and 4 through 9 together for $50. 49 actually, I think, but pretty close. That is 644 cards total in that one, and it includes everything that you need. Now, one of the things I really appreciate about these decks is if there are spells that cross multiple classes, you're getting a card in every class deck. So even though you may have a spell, an arcane spell that's for wizards or sorcerers, maybe it's also used for rangers or bards, which means you're going to get it in the bard deck and you're going to get it inside of the arcane deck, which is really, really nice. So this is why there are so many, because there are actual duplications in certain ways, which is nice when you have players that may have the same spells or line up in terms of their spell selection and they need cards. Yeah, it's a great question. It's one of the, I actually asked it when the Kickstarter was running because I was actually curious about it. So there's no, like just because you get one card in one deck, you'll definitely get it in another deck if it is applicable to the class. Yeah, I was right. Look at me go. So all the spell decks, so that's 1,400 spell cards. Y'all heard? 1,400 spell cards are available for about $100 American dollars, and they were on the Kickstarter. I imagine that may change a little bit as we they have to ship and they make it into stores. But I have to say, it's actually relatively affordable. I've paid upwards of $40 or $50 for a single box of spell cards in the past, depending on what I'm playing and what they're being used for. Yeah. So I'll drop that link one more time since I now know what my hotkey was. And you can actually go check this out. Like I said, it looks like, out of personal interest, what keyboard is that? This is made by a company called Royal Kludge. But it's a little clicky clacky. I don't know if you can see it. It's a little tight on my keyboard. Little clicky clacky. Like typewriter keys, little round typewriter keys. Actually, I think y'all will be able to see it better if I do this. It's very shiny. It's very shiny. All right, I want to pull one of these Cleric spells. There's so many, and 6 is like the second largest box. Well, I am Dot, and I do nothing. That's not probably different on the regular, so maybe that's appropriate. Let's do this one. Animate Ghoul. Pretty standard, but not. You raise one medium or small humanoid corpse as a ghoul under your control. Any class levels or abilities the creatures had in life are gone and replaced by a standard ghoul stat block. Pretty standard. Yeah, ghoul. You thought I said girl. Yes, raise girl. Here's another one. Holy warding. I want you to focus. There it goes. You make a protective gesture towards your allies. Choose 3 creatures that you can see within range. Until the end of your next turn, the allies you have chosen have resistance. Yo, I'm too blind to read it that far. Resistance to normal weapon attacks, including bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage. If a target moves farther than 30 feet from you, the effect ends for that creature. Okay, I'm going to put these back. I'm going to have to break them up again. My hands are too small. Yes, you absolutely could. It's actually, it was funny. I was thinking the same thing about the term gestures. You make a protective gesture. Like, what qualifies as a protective gesture? Like, I think about what I call the mom arm when you're in the car and, like, the car slams on brakes and, you know, whoever's driving, like, puts their arm out as if to, like, protect you or something. As if, like, if you slammed into something, their single arm is going to be more protective than, like, your seatbelt. It's so ridiculous, but pretty awesome nonetheless. I love that. Protective gesture. Go! All right. Let's go ahead and pull. I'm going to pull the last 2 small boxes that we've got. And the only thing I went through Bard. I've gone through all of them. Okay, great. So here are our last 2 boxes. These are the tinier boxes. Our Ranger and our Paladin, of course. Again, extraordinary art. Kobold Press never ceases to amaze. And I love, okay, because I'm Dot, this is like my favorite color. I love this like mustardy, yellowy orange color. This like vintage 70s shag carpet orange. Love it. But we got some cool Paladin spells in here. Let's find out. So I've chose some of the higher level, right? You can see that. Oops. Copyright claim for each box. Woo. I want to choose this one. Ooh. Cherub's Burning Blade. A sword made of holy fire blazes to life in your hand. The size and shape of the blade conforms to your will, but it is never larger than a one-handed weapon sized for medium creatures. If you let go of the blade, it disappears. But if you maintain concentration on the spell, you can evoke the blade again as a bonus action. Cool. Kind of. This one's Cherub's Burning Blade. Gives you that 2d6 fire damage and 2d6 radiant damage, which is swell. On a critical hit, the target catches fire until someone takes the action to douse the fire. Yo. You can just light stuff on fire. That's pretty cool. Deva's Wings. This is pretty cool. Yeah, Paladins are a little different. I don't think PH is in chat today. Yeah, if you have a dark god, that could be cool. Yeah, or somebody that's like really against undead, like wants to, you know, cleanse, a cleansing one. Do it. Focus. Oh, well. Deva's Wings. This is a single action cast. Is touch and concentration spell. But you can touch a willing creature. The target grows feathery wings of pure white that grant it a flying speed of 60 feet and the ability to hover. When the target takes the attack action, it can use a bonus action to make a melee weapon attack with its wings with the reach of 10 feet. Yeah. You can give your party wings. It's like a Red Bull commercial. The wing attack hits the target, takes bludgeoning damage equal to 1d6 plus your spellcasting ability modifier, and must make a successful strength saving throw or fall prone. So it's basically like flapping and beating your wings at them. That's really cool. That's another really cool one for Paladins to be like, be your best angelic self. Beat them to death with your beautiful wings. It's been a very long time since I've played a paladin, but I tell people my very first character ever was a paladin. That was way back in the 3.5 days. Way back, you know what I mean. And I played a paladin, a dwarf paladin, and she was awesome. Sonia was her name. She was great. She was I guess she was your typical paladin that, like, she was out trying to do good, but she wasn't righteous. That's the word I'm looking for. She didn't have the righteous attitude of the, like, standard paladin. So because she was she just didn't have the righteous attitude. And last but certainly not least, let's take a peek here at these deep magic spell cards, which are our ranger cards. Come on. There we go. Ranger card is the second to smallest deck, but still no small feat when you think about it. Oh, your current PC is a lizard folk paladin, and there's a 50-50 if he will eat you or not. Love it. Love that. That's very funny. Here, of course, is it is a green deck. It's this beautiful, like, what would I call this? I gotta get past my orange sunglasses. It's not really a hunter green. It's like a sage green or a moss green, which I feel like is very, very appropriate. Very appropriate for our ranger. Thing to note, boxes stack both ways, so you can put the lid, like, under the box, which I think is very helpful, especially if you've got, like, limited room at the table. Here we go. We're going to spread them out. Take another peek. Here's our beautiful green. Let's take a look at the back. You know, I don't think I haven't shown a lot of the back detail of the cards, but one of the things that I really love is each one of the classes have the class table, and you can see the ranger one has, like, creatures, hunting creatures, bows and arrows, familiars. I love each of the designs of the back of the cards because not a single one is the same. I think that's really, really, really cool. I chose Ice Hammer off the top. This is a second level conjuration winter, it says. So maybe for a winter character or somebody that comes from a winter setting, maybe like North Midgard or something like that. When you cast Ice Hammer, the warhammer fashioned from ice appears in your hands. This weapon functions as a standard warhammer in all ways, and it deals an extra 1d10 cold damage when you hit. You can drop the warhammer or give it to another creature. The warhammer melts and is destroyed when it or its users accumulate 20 or more fire damage or when the spell ends. So if somebody lights you on fire or you're near fire, the hammer has a hit points of basically 20. So it disappears after it reaches its 20 maximum. I think that's pretty cool. And an extra 1d10 of cold damage is no small thing, especially if you are a ranger that's using melee weapons. That's a good question. The duration on that one says concentration up to an hour. So whoever conjures it is going to have to concentrate on keeping it up, but you can keep it up for an hour. Kind of nice, really. Nice kind of quick way to, like, maybe break through a wall or something if you're doing cold damage to it. Yeah. Oh, here's a fun one. Let's do this one. Reaver Spirit. Whoa. This is also a concentration up to a minute. You inspire allies to fight with the savagery of berserkers. You and any ally you can see within range have advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage from non-magical attacks, and a +2 bonus to damage with melee weapons. Wow. When the spell ends, each affected creature must succeed on a constitution saving throw or gain 1d4 levels of exhaustion. This is funny. It's like this card makes me think of you know how, like, when Ant-Man shrinks or gets big and it boosts his metabolism up, and so when he comes out of the state, he's, like, hungry and tired. The Flash is sometimes the same, right? Like, we see him eat a lot because he's burning all that metabolism. It's kind of like that. It's like building up their strength so that they get all of these extra things, right, with the resistances and the advantages and the +2 to any kind of damage when you're doing it with a melee weapon. But when all's said and done and the battle's over, you got to roll to see if you're really, really tired or you're really exhausted because your body's like, whoa, I'm not supposed to be that strong. So that's a very cool, that's a cool spell. I like that a lot. A really neat one for rangers too. A lot of what I call buff spells in this set, which I swear we don't get enough of. Yeah, always felt that's why Wolverine drinks so much. He just needs those pure calories. Yeah, like when you're in berserker mode all the time and you're just like, and you're definitely not used to it. Like, let's think. This is a ranger set of spells. Maybe you're not really a party that has a berserker or even like a proper fighter class. Maybe you've got some martial stuff, but nothing of like no paladins, no big heavy hitters, and you're in combat and this ranger's like, I got y'all. Boo. And now you've got like a druid in berserker mode, or your sorcerer in berserker mode. I think that is very, very funny. Apologize for my yawning. Oop, nope. At least I'm not choking today. I felt so bad. Last week's Kobold Chats was really wonderful. We closed out the last few hours of the Kickstarter for Tome of Heroes, which was a massive success. It is the second largest Kickstarter in our history in terms of backer numbers. It was just like a great success for the Kobolds at Kobold Press. And I want the lid to come off. It did not. Yes, it was such a success. Thank you very, 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 very much, Friends Night. So I brought Megan, who is the editor of the book, on to talk about the successes and all of the stretch goals and what the extras we can be expecting when the book prints. And I took a swig of my drink and swallowed a cube of ice along with it and proceeded to, I wouldn't say choke, because I more coughed the whole time. So no choking, but we got to see Dot properly embarrass herself live on Kobold Press. You can catch that video over on YouTube or here in our VODs. Very, very, very funny now. I feel like Megan was like, oh my God, are we going to have to call an ambulance for Dot? Is she dying? And I was like, no, I'm going to be fine. Okay. I'm going to stack my cards back in here. Show them to you one more time, just how swanky. Let's actually, let's go back over here. Let's see. Box. You can see them all here, how beautiful they are, how shiny. So shiny. And really, considering the fact this is 1,400 cards, this is actually one, it's really nice packaging, and two, it's really not that big. Yeah, it's kind of heavy, especially if you're going to be like lugging it from place to place. But if you're the GM who does all the hosting at your house, really great thing to just like put on the table or hand the box to your players. Great gift for your players. So like buy the whole set and then like gift each of them their class. That's super duper cool. But does a really great job. And you can see like I keep it back here on my shelf. Right here. Makes a great bookend as well. Right there. This is where the Deep Magic cards live. Just under all of my Midgard stuff. Yes, to the clips. Go clip Dot dying. It'll be great. It'll be wonderful. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for hanging out. We just did a little bit of an unboxing. I want to go through one more time what you can do to get your hands on these. So unfortunately, it looks like pre-sales, the Kickstarter and the pre-sales are done. But do not fret. They will be coming and be made available very, very, very soon. You'll start to see them in your gaming stores if you are frequenting those. You'll start to see it in our store where you can like order the box set, which I highly encourage you to do so. But as a happy reminder of what comes inside of the Deep Magic spell deck. Now, if these spells interest you and the deck does not, you can actually go get the Deep Magic spell book if you much prefer a book. And Deep Magic spells are available on pretty much all your VTTs of choice. Roll20. They're not available on Shard, but I believe they are available on Fantasy Ground. But definitely available on Roll20 if you want to go check it out. So this is saying basically all the cards at the $100 mark, save about $44 in total for each of them. Yeah, includes all 1,400 spell cards, level 0 to 9, with 8 sturdy lift boxes to hold them all. It includes a Bard spell deck at 191 cards, a Cleric spell deck at 277 cards, a Druid spell deck at 218, a Paladin at 66, a Ranger spell deck at 118, and then there is the Arcane deck, Wizard, Warlock, and Sorcerer levels 0 through 3 for Arcane. That's 385 cards in a single deck. Along with the Master Arcana deck, which is levels 4 through 9, and that includes 259 cards in addition. So it is no little thing to have at your table. It's actually really, really impressive. So if you want to get your hands on it, keep an eye out on our social media. And you can get your hands on that. If you were a Kickstarter backer, I believe everything has shipped. I saw somebody the other day post pictures of their box. So that means it's here. They're ready. So, you know, take pictures. Show us. I want to see your players using them. I wish I had like in-person players right now so that I could pass out spell cards. Because right now, I only get to break them out to show all of you. That being said, I want to encourage you to come back here. In about 15 minutes, we're going to be kicking off a little bit of a playthrough of Warriors of Waterdeep. We'll start about quarter after the hour, and we'll play for 30 minutes as we lead into our actual play for the day, which is into the Southlands. We look forward to... oh, you got yours last week. That's so great, 8-Bit. That's so wonderful. I'm really glad to hear that, and I hope you are... We did. We picked your spell for the book. That's great. I'm really excited, and hopefully your players will be excited to see these spell cards in like full action, because they are, like I said, no small thing. Not a small thing. So, yeah, come back here. 15 minutes, perfect time for a little bio break. I'm going to go right back into another countdown. I'm going to end the stream so you want to refresh, but I'm going to go into a countdown. We're going to play some Warriors of Waterdeep. Yeah, watch Dot die. A lot, like a lot, because Dot dies every time I play this game, and every time I think I'm leveling up, I'm not. But we'll want to welcome some of our Warriors of Waterdeep, and if you're not playing the app game, don't fret. I'm going to show you what it's all about. You can get your hands on it for free today, and if you swing back by during Southlands, you can claim the code and stock up on some gems, which are the currency of choice in the game. That's what I've got for now. Check out Deep Magic spell cards. Check out Deep Magic book if you would like. Tonight's the group's first session with your cards. That's very, very, very exciting. And for those of you that are going to stick around, please do so. Make sure you hydrate, stretch your legs. We'll be back here in about 15 minutes with some playtime for Warriors of Waterdeep. Until then, everybody have a great afternoon.